What is up, gamers? Agent Normix is back today for another video, and today we're going to be talking about the new Mayor and the Tier 5 Revenant that's coming out soon. So the first one we're going to look at is Mayor Derpy here. He is a special candidate in the Mayor event. So the perks are going to be Turbo Minions, which minions have double the output. The AH is closed. The auction house will be closed while Derpy's elected. Double mob HP. All monsters have double health. More skills, gain plus 50% more skill experience. So this Mayor is pretty insane. He's just like a double-edged sword to me. So it's going to be interesting. The AH close and the double mob HP is the negatives of this character. But the turbo minions and more skills are kind of like a big deal. Because basically what the admins are telling us to do is to go grind skills. So yeah, it's pretty insane. And I'm going to tell you guys how to prepare for this guy. He comes out in about 1 day from when I post this video. So the ways you can prepare, first of all, is minions. Very important that you do not collect your minions right now. Just leave them running, whatever minions you have. I have fish minions going because I want fishing XP. That's going to be key because when the event comes, you're going to get 50% more skill XP from collecting them. So I have mine running for about 5 days now, so I'll get some pretty good XP. On top of that, you're going to also want to buy some hyper catalysts if you can. They're a little bit on the expensive side right now, so I would wait a bit to see if they drop. If they drop to like 105,000, 100,000, then they become like really worth it because you're getting essentially 8 times minion drops every time, which is kind of insane with this. So yeah, I don't know. This is going to be an interesting event. Now keep in mind the AH is closed, so if you want to buy anything that you need, such as God Potions, I would go ahead and do that right now. We can already see that God Potions are going to be going for a little bit higher than normal. They're looking at about 400,000 to 500,000. So they used to be 300k, so they are going up. So I would try to buy a few of those. If you don't have any bits, just keep that in mind, and any other materials you'll need or pets, because you're definitely going to want to have like, rabbit and squid, so wolf, any of the ones that give you the combat EXP boost or the EXP boost per skill. So those are really important. And keep in mind, the double mob HP is in dungeons too. So basically what you're going to want to do is just grind skills, because double mob HP in dungeons would be very hard to defeat, and there's not even a point because you can't even sell the items you get. So definitely not worth it to do that. The skills I would recommend you go for are going to be here. So farming is going to be probably the number one skill I'd recommend to level up if you're not farming 60 already, because you could do it at your island. You don't have to worry about competition, so you're good. Then forging is probably your second best skill. I'm already forging 50, so I'm not going to do it. But the problem with forging is that if you do forging, you're going to have to be competing with people on a server to get the most wood, which is going to be really, really toxic. With farming, the benefit is on your island. So between these two skills, I would definitely recommend doing farming. Forging is a viable option, but it's not going to be fun fighting other people in the Dark Oak area. The other one I would say is really good is enchanting. Enchanting basically gets like doubled, which is a lot better than the other mayor on here. So you could see that Barry is one that's never been elected. She gets 15% more enchanting and alchemy XP, but this is 50% more skills. So you definitely want to get that done. However, it is expensive. If we take a look right now on the bazaar, Lapis Lazuli to make the Grand XP bottles is going for about 71,000, which is like a lot more than what it used to be before the mayor was elected here. So yeah, you may want to consider that as another option. And the ones I would probably avoid doing for sure for skills is going to be mining. Mining is definitely not a good one because we just had Mayor Cole elected, and if he gets elected again, then you're going to be getting like literally 2 times mining XP or even up to 4 times mining XP, which is a lot better than 1.5. So don't do mining. You could put down snow minions, of course, though. That would get you a lot of mining XP. That's definitely one I recommend. Combat, it can be worth it if you're grinding zealots, but overall I would say it's not the best skill to level up just because the mobs have double HP. So like REVS would take longer. And I'll get into that in a second, how that affects with Rev Tier 5 coming out soon. Fishing is interesting. You could go for this when this is your last skill, but keep in mind Marina already has the 50% more fishing XP on public islands. So if you're going to be going for fishing, like you could do it both times, but honestly it's better to just wait for Marina and just do it then. And that's what I'm going to do. So when she gets elected, I'll go like really hardcore on fishing. And I think that's all the skills left. I mean, alchemy is the same as enchanting. You could definitely do that right now and be a lot faster. And all the bottom skills are just cosmetic. So it don't really matter except taming, which you'll level up over time. So yeah, and then the last thing is minions I recommend using for this event are going to be fish minions, snow minions, clay minions, and melon minions. Those are going to be some of the minions you want. You could also use lapis if you want to get enchanting XP for free for the to craft the bottles. That is another option, but I would say that those other ones I recommend more. Depending on what skill you want to get. If you want to get farming, obviously melon, fishing, fish minions, mining for snow minions. So yeah, that's basically with this update for Derpy. And one other thing that you may want to consider if you're trying to like make a quick grab, I do believe summoning eyes will go up in value. I'm not 100% sure on this, and I don't really want to make the investment myself because I am trying to save my money in case I want to buy a bunch of Grand XP bottles. But these are pretty low priced at 550,000 about. When this event takes place, the only options you have to do are going to be either A, to grind skills, or B, do dragons, because everything else is essentially closed off. You can't do any auction flipping. You can't go grind. Well, you can go grind slayers, but it's not really worth it. It's going to be harder for people to farm summoning eyes. So overall, I could see that going, 600k, 700k even, if people are just bored and, because they can't even do dungeons, right? Because it's double HP, it'd be really hard. So something to consider when going for possible investment. Now going over to the Revenant Tier 5s, which is under construction. I don't know when it's going to be launched. However, if it's launched during the same time as Mayor Derpy, we're going to have a very interesting time. So what I'm going to say for this is if he does get elected, or the update does drop while Mayor Derpy is active, if you're a early to mid game player, I would not even touch this boss for tier 5 revenants because literally it'll probably one shot you. You would need to be an end game player with at least superior armor, and or even if you have this, which not many people do have, but I do think this is an investment you could go for, is maxed out Revenant armor, which I have maxed out to the max defense. So I have a ton of defense against Revenants in case I need this. I think Superior will be just fine though, because you do a lot of damage with it. But if I do need the extra damage or the extra tankiness here, I do have this as well. So if you have one of those, great. If it's not maxed, it's not a big deal, but that's what I'm going to be using if I can't beat it in Superior. But yeah, it looked like it on one of the leaks, it had like about 4 million HP. So it is a little bit stronger than our standard Revenant, but that'll be doubled with this guy being elected Derpy. So you're looking at like an 8 million health mob or more. So yeah, I would just say wait until after, because you can't even sell the loot. So even if you got like a super rare drop, you won't even be able to sell on the AH. So it's like not even worth doing. So that's how I'd say it, and I will be making a video the moment it drops onto the servers. I'll definitely be trying to kill it ASAP. See if I could do it with Mayor Derpy elected. If I can't, I'll just wait until after. But we'll kind of have to see how it goes. It's just an interesting thing. So yeah, guys, just kind of like an update on what you guys should be preparing for these next two updates. So hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.